Welcome back to a very late episode of Myths and Mysteries in Black and White with your two hosts, me, Ed, and the main man, Josh. I'd like to apologise that we haven't been uploading the last couple of weeks. It's been fucking manic. It's been a manic couple of weeks. Yeah. I mean, last Friday on the 8th of July, I actually tied the knot.
Yay.
Finally tied the knot with my long-time girlfriend, Courtney. And then we was going to record an episode, but Josh got COVID.
Yep. Which pissed me off so much, because during the first wave of it and the whole first lockdown, didn't get me. My whole family got it, didn't get me. Quite a lot of our mates got it, didn't get me. The one time I don't fucking want it, just after your wedding and close to Lewis's wedding and stag and everything, it finally gets me. Yeah.
And as well, today... we recorded this on Sunday, so the day before. Yeah. We've just got back from Lewis, our mate Lewis's stag, who you know from the Aliens episode.
Yeah.
And we went to Skeggy, and that was an absolutely fantastic time.
That was brilliant.
Wasn't it?
Especially because I'd never been to Skeggy before.
No.
So that was incredible.
I mean, I was one of them kids that always went to Butlins and that as a kid and everything. Well, not a kid later on, really, like in teenage years.
Yeah.
I've always loved Skeggy. It's always got a close home to me.
Yeah,
so.
Skeggy is brilliant. If you haven't been,
yeah,
I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah, if you like, it's just fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're choosing, by the way, for those who don't know, Skeggy is Skegness.
Yeah.
But if you're choosing, that or Great Yarmouth, choose Skeggy anytime.
Yeah, yeah.
Any day
There's
of the week.
so much to do. There's so much.
It's incredible. Like we were saying on the way, like when you picked me up. You can't do everything in a weekend. No. It is impossible.
No, I mean, there was a lot we would have liked to have done, but there was just not enough time. But it went better than I thought, because it was me and a mate of ours, Connor, who organised it. We're the two best men. And Connor will be on the podcast at some point. Yeah, he's going to be on 2, and I honestly can't wait, because that boy, or man, shall we say, he has got such a knowledge on aquatic life.
Yeah, he is ridiculous.
It is unbelievable. Like, we went to the aquarium yesterday, and I was in awe of the knowledge he had. Like, I've always been known as a kid who knew a lot about animals. If it was sharks, crocodiles, you name it, I was a bit of a jack of all trades, really, when it comes to it. But that lad,
that was ridiculous.
He is on another level, and.
Like you said, we went to the aquarium. I stuck to him like glue.
Yeah.
I was just asking him, so what's that? I was like a little kid with your dad. Just what's that? What's that? And just rolls it off.
Rolls it off the tongue, doesn't it? Like how we're talking right now. It's easy as that. It was such an experience. Like, and Lewis, he had a good time and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a fantastic weekend. But don't worry, like, even though we haven't been recording, we have been doing things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We are getting different investigations done. We're getting all
sort of like lined up and
yeah. And also we asked them, really, the Norfolk. So we actually asked the Norfolk Folklore Society, because they're on about doing like meet and greets,
kind of thing.
Yeah, and doing talks. And me and Josh, we thought that'd be a good place to go to meet like-minded people, and to talk about what we've been studying and what we've been investigating and stuff. Like, I think at the minute it'll probably move, like Big Cat.
Yeah,
the Big Cat thing. Probably maybe different paranormal
things,
investigations we do.
Talking about the podcast in general.
Yeah, I'll say be like a podcast, but I think it'll be mainly to do with the investigations.
Yeah,
that's what they're going. That's what people are going to want to be there, like people's different insights and everything.
Yeah, Of course, if we do go, we will let you know, like on the Facebook page and on Instagram and everything. And if you're in the UK or around that sort of area, feel free to come along.
Yeah, and also I think what I did see, what they put on, is if you can't go but you want to see a video of our mugs talking or whatever, they'll do it over Patreon, where you send $3 or £3, and you can actually watch they'll say, if you can't go, so you'll have a video so you can still see it.
Yeah, so if you're like from another country or something, there you go.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be live stream. I think it is they record it and
pre-recorded sort of thing.
Yeah, I imagine so. I'm not 100%. We haven't actually. They seem.
Yeah, we've inquired about them and they do seem interested. It's just we're now in that limbo stage of just waiting to hear back and everything.
Yeah. Just iron out details and stuff if they want us or if they don't. I mean, if they want us, that'd be a buzz. If not, I'll be a bit gutted really.
Yeah, so would I, actually.
But if not, it is what it is.
Yeah,
so there's always another time. So we can't get too disheartened. But on today's episode, where we're actually going to talk, we'll talk about our topic, and you'll see from what we said on our last episode, we're going to be talking about cults, really, like satanic cults and just cults in general. And that is it's a mystery. It's a definite fucking mystery, I'd say, because of like how people can go into that kind of mind frame.
It is quite mad how so many people. But I'll get onto it. But it is quite. Seems to be like you get a few individuals that believe or agree in these sort of things, and then they rope in like vulnerable people and that.
Yeah.
That's how it's almost like a grooming type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. I get that. So, but yeah, and so that'll be a mystery. So that is Josh's subject, of course, as you don't know. So, if there's anything else you want to say beforehand, Josh?
Just again, apologies for not uploading for the past couple of weeks. I mean, we've explained why, but we're back, we're rolling.
Yeah.
So happy days.
Isn't it mad though? Like a couple of months ago, we had 4 or 5 to bring out in case of these things happening, but it's still caught us out.
Plans have just come out of the blue as well.
I say it's been a very busy year for us.
Yeah,
so,
very busy.
Yeah, so now we've got Lewis's wedding, and then after Lewis's wedding, it is going to be all guns blazing. For us on here. We'll be doing like the podcast, of course. We'll be doing the videos. We're going to try and video our podcast, and then you can actually see us while we're talking if you really want to. I don't know why, but
but each to their own.
Yeah. If you feel like that's an easier way to watch it, like listening to us, you actually see us, so that'd be a buzz. But if not, then we'll still be on the same platforms and everything. But like say, there'll be more videos of doing investigations.
Yeah, the YouTube's going to get a lot more attention.
Yeah.
It is literally a case of the uploads go on there.
Yeah.
And that's it, basically. So
I imagine we'll do like sneak peeks that we'll put on Facebook and on Instagram and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
So that'll be something to look forward to in the future. And also we want to try and go to like more of these like conventions, more of these talks and everything, because there is people that's far more advanced than what we are. Let's be honest.
Oh, of course there is.
There is people out there that have been studying different subjects for years and years and years and years. We want to meet these kind of people and pick their brains over to help us, and we might have ideas or what we know could help them.
Yeah,
I doubt it, but you never know. You never know. I'll probably meet like someone who does cryptozoology and they'll blow me out of water. But you never know. I might have some aspects they might think, I didn't think of that. So that's always a hope. But so back on topic. Today we are talking about cults, and I think we're even going to talk about the Manson family. Yeah. So, Josh, take it away, my friend.
All right. Well, before I get into it again, sorry if I do sound a bit nasally or a bit unwell. It is because I am recovering from COVID. So, if I sound a bit funny, that's why. But getting on to the topic. So, in modern English, a cult is a social group that is defined by its unusual religious, spiritual, or philosophical beliefs and rituals, or its common interests in a particular personality, object, or goal. This sense of the term is controversial, having divergent definitions in both popular culture and academia. and has also been an ongoing source of contention among scholars across several fields of study. The word cult is usually considered a pejorative.
Yeah.
I did do an ed with this, and I did copy a lot of this from Wikipedia.
Oh, cheers, mate. He threw me under the fucking bus there.
You mention it every time.
Well, it's all right with me mentioning it, but, you know.
So I'll just rattle off a couple of different kinds of cults and what they're basically about, and then I'll go in depth on a couple of them.
Yeah, okay.
So the first one on the list is the Doomsday Cult, which is an expression which is used to describe groups that believe in apocalypticism and millennialism.
Right.
So, you know, like the world is ending kind of people.
Like the Mayans.
Yeah, kind of thing. And then you, of course, have a political cult, which has obviously a primary interest in political action and ideology.
That's like KKK, I'm guessing, yeah?
No, that's more of a racial cult.
Right.
These ones are sort of basically like the far left and the far right.
Yeah.
They're kind of, you can see them as a political cult.
Right, okay.
You've then got, apologies if I butcher this word, a polygamist cult. And these are cults that teach and practice polygamy, which is marriage between more... Polygamy, that's the word. And that's basically marriage of more than two people.
Yeah.
You then got suicidal cults, which obviously are people that simultaneously kill themselves in a certain manner or as a collective group.
Yeah.
You then, like you said earlier, we've got racial cults, things like the KKK and that. And then people are also starting to look at terrorists as cults.
Yeah. Because they're extremists.
Yeah. So you got things like ISIS, Al Qaeda, Al Sharia, all them sort of ones. Basically, because obviously they want to
it's that ideology.
Ideology and achieve a political goal through violence and that.
Yeah.
So they're also looked at as a cult. So they're just a few cults just on a list sort of thing. I'll go on to, the two main ones will be the Manson family and then the Satanic cults. So I'll start with them first. So Satanism or any other various religious or countercultural practices and movements center around the figure of Satan, the devil, and is regarded in Christianity and Judaism as the embodiment of absolute evil. Historical Satanism, also called devil worship, consists of belief in and the worship of Judeo-Christian devil and the explicit rejection of atheists, gods, and in Christianity, God's incarnation and Jesus Christ. It was traditionally based on the Black Mass, which is a corrupted rendition of the Christian Eucharist, and ritual magic. Some more recent forms of spiritual or theistic Satanism recognize Satan as an independent, non-Judeo-Christian deity. Other modern satanic movements include US-based Church of Satan, which was founded in 1966.
1/6 off.
Yeah. And they celebrate Satan not as a god, but as a symbol of supposedly anti-Christian moral values. Or as pre-Christian life principles such as movements maybe atheist, agnostic, or deistic. So basically, if you believe in God or if you don't, they hate you, more or less.
So all right. So if you, it's like, but do they worship the devil?
Yeah, in some cases
So
they do.
If you don't worship the devil, you're dead to them.
Yeah,
Right.
like in some cases it is they instead of God it is the devil.
Right.
And then in some it is like, especially in more modern day satanic movements, it is just based around the Church of Satan rather than Satan himself.
Right. Okay.
So obviously the whole story of Satan had a pet goat, and you know, like the what's that big symbol called? You know, like the stars inside of a star, sort of.
The pentagram.
Yeah, that's the one. They
Yeah.
like, you know, follow all that sort of thing and use that
yeah.
kind of shit. So during the past decade in North America, a growing number of mental health professionals have reported that between 25 and 50% of their patients in treatment for multiple personality disorder have recovered early childhood traumatic memories of ritual torture. And these include incestuous rape, sexual oh my fucking god, my nose.
Democracy.
Thank you. and sacrificial murder, as well as infanticide and cannibalism perpetrated by members of clandestine satanic cults.
Oh, it's fucked up. Then.
Yeah,
right.
And that's in the past decade, between 25 and 50% of multiple personality disorder patients have experienced that sort of thing.
Yeah. So what they're saying is that a lot of people who have bipolar seem to go to these satanic cults.
Yeah,
right.
Or have been abused in some way, shape, or form
right.
by these satanic cults. Now, although hundreds of local and federal police investigations have failed to corroborate patients therapeutically, their therapeutically constructed accounts, because satanic etiology of MPD, again, multiple personality disorder, is logically coherent with, again, apologies if I butcher this, neo-dissociative traumatic theory of psychopathology.
Right.
So, have you ever heard of the satanic panic?
No, I don't think
This
so.
is basically where this is where satanic cults and that were in their prime, so to speak. So the satanic panic is a moral panic consisting of over 12,000 unsustained cases of satanic ritual abuse, sometimes known as ritual abuse, ritualistic abuse, organised abuse, or sadistic ritual abuse. Starting in the United States in the 1980s and spreading throughout many parts of the world by the late 1990s and persisting today. The panic originated in 1980 when the publication of Michelle Remembers, a book co-written by Canadian psychiatrist Lawrence Pazder and his patient and future wife Michelle Smith, which used the discredited practice of recovered memory therapy to make sweeping, lurid claims about satanic ritual abuse involving Smith. The allegations, which afterwards aroused throughout much of the United States, involve reports of physical and sexual abuse of people in the context of occult or satanic rituals. In its most extreme form, allegations involving a conspiracy of a global satanic cult that includes the wealthy and powerful world elite, in which children are abducted, bred for human sacrifices, pornography and prostitution.
Fuck, you know. Because, yeah, I have heard so much about like this kind of thing. Because I remember, I think we were at school then, or just leaving school, that the satanic cult, and weren't like Taylor Swift or someone like that was meant to be like the leader.
There was loads of things. I know, like you said, Taylor Swift was meant to supposedly be a leader, but there was like so many celebrities.
Yeah, Kanye West, wasn't it? Yeah, Lady Gaga.
Yeah. There's a big name I'm missing. I think Barack Obama was even supposedly in it.
And I think like Jay-Z and Beyonce as well, weren't it? So it's like a lot of like you say, your elites, your A-list celebs, so you say.
Which makes sense as well when you look, especially nowadays, at the likes of MGK and Megan Fox.
Yeah,
they just scream satanic cult.
Oh god, yeah, they're fucked.
They are weird.
I mean, it's not a shame. They do what they want. But I remember being a kid watching Transformers. Yeah, she was like the girl next door. You know, like every lad had a crush on Megan Fox. To then drinking each other's blood and having a ring what stabs her.
Yeah.
If she tries to take it off, or
and they've got a necklace with the vial of each other's blood as well.
Yeah, it's a bit fucking mad.
It's
if you ask
weird.
Me. And I think he tells her what to wear and shit like that. It all seems a bit fucked. If you ask me.
I wonder if it's a case of she actually wants to do it or not.
I don't know. I think because she was always big in her own right anyway. Wasn't she, before MGK, like. So, I think I do think so. It's a bit mad though.
Yeah, it is fucking weird, but it's even weirder because they're out in the open with it. I wonder how many people do it behind closed doors and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the whole rumour about the royal family apparently drinking blood and all that shit.
Oh,
and that's why they live for so long.
Oh, they say it about like Paul Rudd and that and stuff like that. Like he bathes in it. That's what makes him look so young. And shit like that.
Pharrell Williams as well.
Yeah. And it's
it's
like okay, mate. You got to think he's millionaires. He can get the best fucking skin cream money can fucking buy.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's all. They just love. People just love to like make mountains out of molehills.
Yeah,
I think,
of course
when
they
it comes
do.
to it.
Of course they do. If they can have anything over anyone, they'll take it.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, nearly every aspect of the ritual abuse is controversial. No shit. Including its definition, the source of the allegations and proof thereof, testimonies of alleged victims, and court cases involving the allegations and criminal investigations.
Yeah.
The panic affected lawyers, therapists, and social workers who handled allegations of child sexual abuse. Allegations initially brought together widely dissimilar groups, including religious fundamentalists, police investigators, child advocates, therapists, and clients of psychotherapy.
Mm-hmm.
The term satanic abuse was more common early on. This later satanic ritual abuse and further secularized into simply ritual abuse.
Yeah.
Over time, the accusations became more closely associated with dissociative identity disorder, which was then called personality disorder, and anti-government conspiracy theorists. Initial interest arose via the publicity campaign of Pazder's 1980 book Michelle Remembers.
Yeah.
And it was sustained and popularised throughout the decade by coverage of the McMartin preschool trial, testimonies, the McMartin preschool trial. Testimonies, symptom lists, rumours, and techniques to investigate or uncover memories of satanic ritual abuse were disseminated throughout professional, popular, and religious conferences, as well as through talk shows, sustaining and further spreading the moral panic throughout the United States and beyond. In some cases, allegations resulted in criminal trials with varying results. After 7 years in court, the McMartin trial resulted in no convictions for any of the accused, while other cases resulted in lengthy sentences, some of which were later reversed. Scholarly interest in the topic slowly built, eventually resulting in the conclusion that the phenomenon was a moral panic, in which, as one researcher put it in 2017, involved hundreds of accusations that devil-worshipping paedophiles were operating America's white middle-class suburban daycare centres. Of the more than 12,000 documented accusations nationwide, investigating police were not able to sustain any allegations of organised cults in a single one of them. So again, it was just majorly a widespread panic, more or less than anything.
Like hysteria.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, major hysteria. Like what you're saying about like with cults and that, like being worshippers of Satan and that, it's made me think because that's what they always said about witches.
Yeah,
weren't it? They always said like, "Oh, you worship the devil" and all this,
all that sort of thing. And look how, what's the word I'm looking for? As hysterical that was with the whole, your question to be a witch. What is it? Did they drown you? And if you floated, you weren't a witch or something like that?
Yeah. They'd, no, it was you'd get tied up in chains.
Yeah.
You'd get dropped into a river. If you sunk and died, you were human. But if you floated, you were a witch, and then they'd burn you.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah. Or they'd burn you. If you burnt and died, you were human. But if you was able to fly away, you were a witch. So the only way you was going to survive that is if you was a witch.
Yeah. So in other words, you were fucked.
You're fucked either way. So it just shows how it's even though it's not as it's not even really forbidden now, is it?
No.
You're quite in your right to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why you would, but everyone's different. But how back then, if it was so like theatrical, shall we say?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, burn at the stake. But it's still going on. Like people saying the worship Satan then, they're still saying there's still now. Like it's never left.
No.
It's just a lot less frowned upon.
Yeah,
it's a lot less taboo.
Taboo.
It's a lot less taboo in a sense. I mean, like the Christian church would still probably go out to war with them, I imagine.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it's all a bit.
Because there's still like people that believe in this thing, and I swear, like you hear cases of families where they've got a child that they believe to be a devil worshipper or something like that, and they end up getting exorcists involved and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, which can cause
real bad trauma, pain, even physical damage. In some cases,
even death. Can be brought upon it. So,
which is a bit fucked. But talking of death, that leads me on to Charles Manson.
Yeah, he has got to be mentioned. Well, the Manson family weren't satanic, were they?
No, they were a cult, but they weren't satanic in the slightest. No. So, Charles Miles Manson was born on November 12th, 1934, and was an American criminal and musician who led the Manson family, a cult based in California, in the late 1960s. Some of the members committed a series of 9 murders at 4 locations in July and August of 1969. And in 1979, Manson was convicted of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder for the deaths of 7 people. And this included the film actress Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a film fanatic or anything like that, there is a Quentin Tarantino film.
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, who Margot Robbie is acting Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
So if you don't know who Sharon Tate is, just watch that and you'll have a rough idea.
Yeah, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, when they killed her, she was pregnant at the time.
Yeah, I think she was.
Yeah, and I think they mutilated her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I've got a story, actually. You know Bryan Cranston?
Yeah.
You know, Breaking Bad and all that. When he was younger, he went to this ranch. I don't know if it was something to do with his uncle or something like that. Well, anyway, he was at this ranch, and apparently there was all these quote-unquote hippies,
right,
shall we say, and all like, Charlie's here. He was there with the Manson family.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was a TV interview, like you done, like like a chat show.
Yeah.
And he was on about it, and apparently Charles Manson was on this like white horse with his arms spread out to his side like he was fucking Jesus.
Fuck it.
And people were like going around like throwing themselves at him, and Bryan Cranston was there.
That's weird.
At one time, yeah.
Little did he know how tap that fucker was.
Yeah, that's it. The murders that. Well, he didn't commit himself.
No, he never did. Yeah. Hence why he was
the orchestrator.
Yeah, hence why he was sentenced for conspiracy to commit murder.
Yeah.
Now, the prosecution contended that while Manson never directly ordered the murders, his ideology constituted an overt act of conspiracy.
Right.
So basically, what he was portraying and telling them led them down that path to commit murder.
Yeah.
He targeted individuals for manipulation who were emotionally insecure and social outcasts. In his book, Love Needs Care, he talks about his time at HAFMC. Not a clue what that is, whether it's a prison or whatever, I'm not too sure. David Smith claims that Manson attempted to reprogram their minds to submit totally to his will through the use of LSD and unconventional sexual practices.
Right, yeah.
That will turn his followers into empty vessels that would accept anything he poured. Manson family member Paul Watkins testified that Manson would encourage group LSD trips and take lower doses himself to keep his wits about him. Watkins said that Charlie's trip was to program us all to submit. By the end of his stay at the Haight in April 1968, Manson had attracted 20 or so followers, all under the supervision of his parole officer Roger Smith and many of the staff at the HAFMC. The core members of the Manson's family, the Manson's following, eventually included Charles Tex Watson, a musician of former, who was a musician and former actor, Bobby Bosley, a former musician and pornographic actor, Susan Atkins, Lisa Kasabian, Patricia Krenwinkel, and Leslie Van Houten. Now, the Manson family developed into a doomsday cult, and when Manson, again referring back, a doomsday cult was, the end of the world, post-apocalyptic people. When Manson became fixated with the idea of an imminent apocalyptic race war between America's black population and larger white population. A white supremacist.
Which, in a way, you weren't far off.
No.
With what's
No,
happening
with what's happening
recent
nowadays. Yeah, he weren't fucking far off at all. A white supremacist, Manson told some of the Manson family that black people in America would rise up and kill all the white people except for Manson and his family, but that they were not intelligent enough to survive on their own. They would need a white man to lead them, and so they would serve Manson as their master. According to Vincent Bugliosi, in late 1968, Manson adopted the term helter skelter, taken from a song on the Beatles' recently released White Album, to refer to this upcoming war.
Yeah.
So, going on to the murders. In early August 1969, some Manson family members committed murders in Los Angeles. The Manson family gained national notoriety after the murder of actress Sharon Tate and 4 others in her home on August 8th and 9th, 1969. And Leno and Rosemary LaBianca the next day. Tex Watson and 3 other members of the family committed the Tate and LaBianca murders, allegedly under Manson's instructions. While it was later accepted at the trial that Manson never expressly ordered the murders, his behaviour was deemed to warrant a conviction of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder.
Are you seeing him?
No.
Like when he was in court?
No.
The man is fucking mental. I mean, he's dead now, isn't he? But
yeah.
He is on another level.
Really?
Yeah, you want to watch him because he's jumping about, he's pulling faces out and sticking his tongue out, and then he'd be like making funny noises. He was tapped.
What the?
He was fucking tapped. And because he went, I think when he was originally convicted, he had long hair.
Yeah, I've seen a picture of him when he was convicted.
Yeah, then he shaved his head.
Yeah,
and I think he grew it back when he was in jail. But the man is fucked.
Because didn't he have an Antichrist tattoo on his...
No, he had a swastika.
Swastika, that was it.
He's got he had a swastika in the middle of his brow.
Fucking just insane.
And
there's still people out there like that. And I bet there's people out there that still follow him even though he's dead.
Yeah, 100%.
Follow his beliefs and ideologies and that.
Yeah,
it's what the actual fuck, man?
Yeah, because he imagine to like Christian people, he's like the Antichrist.
Well, yeah.
They're people who I imagine still follow him are waiting for his return, like how Jesus Christ did.
I'll 100%. 100%.
But yeah, he is honestly tapped.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
If anyone gets time, you want to watch him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that when I get home.
Yeah, get on YouTube and put in I keep saying Marilyn Manson.
It's so... Because that rolls off the tongue so easily.
You want to look at Charles Manson... Charles Manson, court interviews and stuff like that, because the man is fucked. The man is proper tapped,
man.
And he's also in that TV show I was on about, Mindhunter.
Yeah,
he is in he's not, but his character is in that, and the person who plays him is a spitting image.
Really,
he is. You could pass him off.
Fucking hell.
And it was it was just unbelievable, because they're trying to do his mannerisms and stuff like that. Yeah, the man, because he's only a little bloke.
Yeah, he's relatively tiny.
Yeah, I'm not sure 100% why.
5'6", 5'7", maybe.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think he's about 5'6". I think he's a bell, but yeah, the man is tiny, but he just makes such big personality.
Yeah. It is unbelievable. The definition of little man syndrome.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Well, evidence pointed towards Manson's obsession with inciting a race war by killing those he thought were pigs. His belief that it would show the nigger how to do the same. Family members were
Thank God you read that.
If fucking cancel culture would have had you on toast, mate.
Yeah, I'd be lynched.
Family members were also responsible for other assaults, thefts, crimes, and the attempted assassination of President Gerald Ford in Sacramento by Lynette Squeaky Frommy.
Squeaky Frommy?
Yeah. So his nickname was Squeaky.
Oh.
But While it is often thought that the Manson family never murdered or attempted to murder... Oh, no, sorry, let me rephrase that. While it is never often thought that Manson never murdered or attempted to murder anyone himself, true crime writer James Buddy Day, in his book Hippie Cult Leader, The Last Words of Charles Manson, claimed that Manson shot drug dealer Bernard Crowe on July 1st, 1969. However, Crowe survived. So I'll go a little bit, you'd mentioned earlier, I'll go a little bit on about his trial. So the state of California tried Manson for the Tate and LaBianca murders with co-defendants Leslie Van Houten, Susan Atkins and Patricia Krenwinkel. Co-defendant Tex Watson was tried at a later date after being extradited from Texas. The trial began on July 15th, 1970. Manson appeared wearing fringed buckskins and his typical clothing at Span Ranch? S-P-A-H-N. Span Ranch? Yeah, we'll go with that, Span Ranch. On July 24th, 1970, the first day of testimony, Manson appeared in court with an X carved in his forehead. His followers issued a statement from Manson saying, "I have X'd myself from your world." The following day, Manson's co-defendants, Van Houten, Axon and Krenwinkel, also appeared in court with an X carved in their foreheads. That just shows how fucking mental these people were.
Yeah, well, how clever he is.
Yeah.
Manipulative.
On October 5th, 1970, Manson attempted to attack Judge Older while the jury was present in the room. Manson first threatened Older and then jumped over his lawyer's table with a sharpened pencil in the direction of Older. Manson was restrained before reaching the judge. While being led out of the courtroom, Manson screamed at Older, in the name of Christian justice, someone should cut your head off." Meanwhile, the female defendants began chanting something in Latin. Judge Older began wearing a .38 caliber pistol to the trial afterwards.
Did he?
How fucked is that?
Yeah.
A judge has got to take a gun because this guy is that fucking mental. He leant over the judge court table trying to stab him with a pencil whilst the court jury was present in the room.
If that don't say, "I'm guilty," I don't know what he might...
No. You'd think that'd be the end of the trial and there, though.
It must have been a short trial, surely.
Well, no, because that was on the 5th of October 1970, and he wasn't sentenced until... let me have a look. I think I got the date written down, but it says here, the Manson trial was the longest murder trial in American history.
How?
I don't know. I suppose as well because you've got to find evidence of them guilty of murder.
Yeah,
even because, like they said, he wasn't guilty himself of doing it. But he was the one that lunged at Thingy.
I'm pretty sure I've heard somewhere. I might be talking bollocks here, but I'm pretty sure I've heard somewhere that after they committed the murders, they'd wait for his arrival to have a look.
That wouldn't shock me in the slightest.
Yeah.
That would not shock me in the slightest.
I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that he done that. He was there somewhere.
Yeah.
Like he didn't actually commit the murder. He might have been outside in a car or something like that.
Yeah. Wait till the job's done, come in and be like, "Good work, lads," sort of thing.
On to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have heard that somewhere.
It wouldn't shock me in the slightest.
I might be wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I just love the fact that he's like trying to incite a race war and believes all that. Yeah. But he's killing white people.
Yeah.
He's like that fucking can you remember I think it was a good fucking 6-7 years ago. There was that Norwegian one.
Oh,
white supremacist.
Yeah.
And he killed like 78 white people. And it was because I want white supremacy. Are you good?
Yeah. Right, neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Yeah.
He was fucked and all.
Yeah, because he smiled through his whole
through
trial.
the whole court. He was laughing, weren't he, when they were reading the names of his victims?
Yeah.
It's like, you sick bastard.
Yeah, I do remember that. I think that was longer than that, you know. That's over 10 years.
Yeah, probably.
Over 10. Yeah,
I remember that clear as day hearing that. I was, mate, my blood was boiling.
Yeah. I remember hearing what happened. I can remember reading the Sun newspaper. Which is not the most reliable.
Oh, no.
I can remember actually seeing through it because there's there was a picture of him in his neo-Nazi uniform with a
Yeah.
gun, like a high-spec gun.
Didn't he post on social media saying, I'm about to go kill some
Yeah,
people?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because before he killed him, he let off 3 bombs, didn't he?
Yeah.
He done the 3 bombings, and then when...
Yeah, it was like a party island sort of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he impersonated an officer
Yeah.
to get on the island, and then he just shot it up.
Went divvy.
Because there was a film on Netflix.
What about it?
Dramatised it. Yeah.
Well, let's have to see if that's still on there.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But yeah, he screamed in the name of Christian justice.
And you said they were chanting Latin.
Yeah.
What, like some sort of satanic?
There must have been, yeah.
Yeah, because there's always anything when you hear about satanic, Latin is always involved.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like,
well, you see it in Exorcist and that they read in Latin, don't they, and sort of thing.
It's such a it's a dead language.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to learn it though.
Oh
just
yeah.
so to say, I can speak Latin.
Yeah.
On March 4th, 1971, during the sentencing hearings, Manson trimmed his beard to a fork and shaved his head, telling the media, I am the devil and the devil always has a bald head. However, the female defendants did not immediately shave their own heads. The state prosecutor, Vincent Bugliosi, later speculated in his book Helter Skelter that they refrained from doing so in order to not appear to be completely controlled by Manson, as they had when they carved an X in their foreheads earlier in the trial.
Right.
The Manson murder trial was the longest murder trial in American history when it occurred, lasting 9.5 months. The trial was amongst the most publicised American criminal cases of the 20th century and was dubbed the trial of the century.
Yeah.
The jury had been sequestered for 225 days, longer than any jury before it. The transcript alone ran 209 volumes or 31,716 pages.
Fucking hell. That's nearly the size of a Harry Potter book.
And Manson eventually died on November 19th, 2017.
Yeah. Madness.
It is fucking insane.
Yeah. That is... Yeah, honestly, like, he's... But he used to like try to speak like used to speak gobbledygook and everything like that.
He was mental.
He
got. I know. Okay, yeah, they were easily vulnerable, but how he got people under his wing and like, do you know what I mean? Done anything for him.
Oh yeah.
Because if he asked them to kill themselves, they would have done it.
They would have done it.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
100%. I mean, like LSD's it's a powerful thing.
Yeah,
but
come on.
Yeah, that must have been laced with something.
Yeah, 100%. Has to have been.
Yeah, that is.
Because I mean, I'm not being funny. During a trial and that, you're reprimanded into a prison cell, weren't you?
Yes.
You're not like in prison, but you're in like a jail cell and that.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't have been able to get hold of LSD and things back then.
No.
But for them to see him with a marked X in his head, and then them to do the same, and they're not on anything. Do you know what I mean? He had a hold over them big time.
Big time. They must have been like a start. Like at the start, it would have been like with the LSD and everything like that. But it got to the point where they were like just brainwashed.
Yeah, they didn't need the LSD because they were just.
They ended up believing it themselves. They were probably telling themselves that much, and they end up believing it.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, fucking. How did that go on for that long?
Fucking.
He went to stab the judge.
It's fucking mad.
That should have been. That should have been
there
like,
and there.
Close the book. Got him here, boys.
Yeah.
Because that was attempted murder.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So
they said that he didn't attempt murder. When he clearly fucking did.
What was he going to do? Write him a signature?
Yeah. He went at him with a pencil and screamed, in the name of Christianity, someone should cut off your head.
Yeah.
It's like, what more do you need to find?
But did he... I'm not sure, but did he end up going in an insane asylum?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he was similar to Ronnie Cray in that aspect, where he was like a prison originally and then went on to like a psychiatric ward.
Right, yeah.
I mean, if there's anyone who fucking needed to, it was definitely him.
Oh, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, like, when you think, like, serial killers and stuff like that, they're sick people anyway, but he was beyond it. He made them look like chumps.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason for him to have not committed murder but still be under the list with serial killers. Not many people can do that, if anyone.
No.
So that just goes to show how manipulative and tapped this fucker was.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
So out of like all the cults that I mentioned, what would you say is the maddest? Like regarding terrorism, because obviously, you know.
They're all mad in their own way.
Yeah.
I think race cults are fucking stupid because, like, just because they ain't got the same skin colour, like.
But it's not even that as well. It's like people forget when people say things like the KKK and that. They obviously think, oh, they hate black people, but it's not just that. Mexicans, Jewish, they despise them.
They just want to be white Christian.
Yeah,
that is it.
Have you ever seen that film, Black Klansman?
No, I haven't.
Fucking brilliant.
Is it?
Absolutely brilliant. Because
I've
it's
heard
based on a
it's
true
good.
story, isn't it?
I've heard it's good.
For those of you that don't know, basically, Black Klansman was about one of the first black police officers in history, and he sort of was undercover in the KKK.
Yeah.
But not himself, because obviously you can't have a black man show up to a KKK. They twig. So what they did is, when they was on the phone to like the leaders of the KKK and that, he was the one talking, but then they had his partner, who was a white man, who's played by Adam Driver in the film.
Right.
And he's the one that actually goes and pretends to be...
Is that where the meme comes from?
Yeah.
I
won't say the meme, but if you know, you know.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you mean.
But, yeah, basically, so this black police officer would pretend to be this KKK member on the phone, and then his partner would go and pretend to be the black officer himself.
Right.
And, spoiler warning, at the ending, they're planning to bomb his girlfriend's house, the black fella's house. And they go to put it in the letterbox or something. And the car's driving by with the, people with the detonator, and they go to press it because originally the bomb was meant to be placed on the doorstep, but there was a police officer there at the time. It was actually that black police officer, so she panicked and put it in the letterbox, which was a bit further away from the house and on the side of the road. So as this car drove by with a detonator, it actually blew up the car with them in it.
Oh, fucking hell.
So it was like, well, that fucked up royally,
yeah,
didn't
that
it?
backfired fucking big time. Yeah, no, I haven't seen that, but I've heard a lot of people say that.
Really good.
Really good.
Because the guy who acts the main racist guy in it, he's actually a character in Vikings.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved him in Vikings, and I hated him in this for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But what a fucking actor. Incredible
yeah, to be able
actor.
to, yeah. To play a character that you 1 minute you love and then the next you hate. Yeah.
Shows. Especially more, because when you look at, like when Game of Thrones was big in that, and you had like Joffrey and Ramsay, and people despised him so much.
Thing is, right, I hated Joffrey.
Yeah.
I fucking despise that little prick. But Ramsay, yeah, I did hate, but at the same time, I kind of like Ramsay because of the front he had.
Was, true villain him.
Yeah, like,
where Joffrey was just an evil little cunt.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel bad because the lads had to give up acting.
Because of the hatred he got.
He was getting so many death threats.
And he was such a talented actor, point proven.
And apparently he's one of the nicest, I can't remember, I think it was Emilia Clarke or someone said that he's one of the nicest lads you could ever meet. Or was it her who plays Sansa? One of them anyway.
Yeah. Probably her who plays Sansa because she would have had more screen time with him. Well, I don't think Emilia Clarke had any screen time with him. So.
No. But yeah, apparently he was like one of the nicest lads. Like, most genuine, down to earth, lovely people. But and he's had to give up his dream career because people were sending death threats.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking insane.
For playing a character.
When you look at, like we were saying, nowadays especially, you look at that and you think that's a sign of a fucking brilliant actor. Because you hate them. So if they're playing a character that you're meant to hate, they're obviously doing a fucking good job.
But then again, you say that. Heath Ledger's Joker is one of the best villain portrayals.
Yeah. And people
loved it for him.
Yeah, that is true.
You didn't say, like, I hated Joker.
No.
Because you just didn't. Because he was
you can't hate the Joker, really. No. He's what makes Batman.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like even Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos, Vader.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Well, there's fucking loads, but do you know what I mean? Them few especially.
Yeah, a lot of villains. Like, because you watch the film for the hero, but you need the villain for the hero.
I've always said, no matter what it is, a good TV show or film, If it ain't got a good villain, it's shit.
Yeah.
Because like when you say Batman, you think of the Joker. When you say Star Wars, you think of Vader. You say Avengers, you think of Thanos.
Yeah. Or Loki. Yeah, and you know what I mean. And they're all, but they're loved.
Yeah.
Whereas, like you say, Joffrey was
Hated.
And her who plays Umbridge in Harry Potter.
Oh, fuck that bitch.
Yeah. She was more hated than fucking Lord Voldemort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous.
So when you get... You've got to be some talent to actually make a villain that you hate.
I'd love to do that, though.
Yeah.
Play a villain that people despise.
Would you?
Yeah. Because then it'd be a case of... Fucking hell, I smashed it now.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm walking down the street and people want to fucking get at me because of the actor I played, it's like, yeah,
I've done a good job
yeah,
here.
I smashed it.
Yeah, no, I get that. But
like if I was an actor, I'd be a villain every day of the week.
I've always
every day of the
fancied
week.
it, like either playing like a villain or a hero like John Rambo.
Yeah,
There's no in between.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
from a hardest of the hard hero.
Yeah.
Or a proper villain.
Yeah. I've done. Yeah. I've always loved a villain.
Yeah.
I've always...
If you could play any villain in the world, who would it be?
Probably Bane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was obsessed with Bane, weren't I?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I had the costume and everything. And this is when I used to go to the gym quite a bit, and I only wanted to get the big back, big traps and everything.
Yeah.
To be like Bane.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with it. Absolutely obsessed with it. But yeah,
see, off the top of my head, I'd say Vader, but then you've got to wear a mask, and I'd want to have my face shown if I'm a villain.
Nah, I always loved the idea of having a mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I say, because also I've got Deathstroke. If I were, because I love Deathstroke, and he's got the mask.
Yeah.
Or Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, he's got a mask. I don't know why, but I like the thought of wearing a mask.
Yeah.
No, I haven't got bipolar or anything like that. Split personality. Stuff like that. I just want to hide my face.
Deep down, you're just a gimp.
Yeah. For fuck's sake, don't say that to Courtney. She might get ideas. If I come home, there's a parcel. They said that's for you. I'm going to run off. I'm going to get in my truck and I'm going.
Ball and chain the lot.
Yeah, I bet you can fuck off. Fucking gimp, you twat.
Oh, fucking hell.
Mate, if you carry on like that, I'm going to make you suck my big toe.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's gone weird very quick.
That has.
But no, because I remember, I think I mentioned it in Ted Bundy. Like my mum used to love serial killers and stuff like that. And she had a lot of books on Charles Manson and that. And she just found him so interesting.
Oh,
which,
God.
huh?
Oh God.
Well, yeah. No, but he is, isn't he? Because there's never been like when you think of like, because there's crazy criminals and that, but there's none like him.
No. He. What's the one I'm looking for? He's like the definition of insanity.
Yeah. He was so crazy. He was interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you see like some court cases and that, and they're just crying and shit like that, it's like,
yeah. But they piss me off more because they're feeling sorry for themselves.
Yeah. Like when you said about Ross Kemp.
Yeah, they drive me insane. It's like, how can you feel sorry for yourself when you're the one that done it? If you done like Frank Marcellus and Alec Baldwin, and killed someone by mistake.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah,
that's fair enough. But if you're an out and out serial killer or a manipulator or you're intentionally trying to hurt them,
yeah.
And then you start feeling sorry for yourself, it's like, you fucking scumbag piece of shit.
Fucking hell.
It drives me fucking mental.
But with that, it's very cliche. Whereas Manson, he
didn't give a shit.
He went the complete other way.
Yeah.
Like I say, when you do see because I won't go in it because I can't think I wouldn't be able to do it justice. But he was like, that's what she deserved. That's what she deserved. He was going, he was going mad,
fucking
absolutely
hell.
Crazy. You getting it ready?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find something on it. Right, so I found a little bit on the trial, so I'll just read some of this out. So when ethics to extradite takes Tex Watson became bogged down in local Texas politics, the district attorney's office decided to proceed against the 4 persons indicated for the Tate and LaBianca murders, who were in custody in California. Jury selection began on June 15th, 1970, in the 8th floor courtroom of Judge Charles Older in the Hall of Justice in Los Angeles. Manson's request to ask potential jurors a few simple childlike questions that are real to me in reality was denied. Manson fixed his penetrating stare for hours, first on Judge Older and then one day on Prosecutor Bugliosi. After getting Manson's stare treatment, Bugliosi took advantage of a recess to slide his chair next to Manson and ask, "What are you trembling about, Charlie? Are you afraid of me?" Manson responded, "Bugliosi, you think I'm bad and I'm not. He went on to tell Manson that Atkins was just a stupid little bitch who told a story to get attention. After a month of the trial, a jury of 7 men and 5 women was selected. After a month of deciding who, a jury of 7 men and 5 women was selected. The jury knew it would be sequestered for a long time, but it didn't know how long. As it turned out, their sequestration would last 225 days, longer than any previous jury in history. Opening statements began on July 24th, where Manson entered a courtroom sporting a freshly cut, bloodied X on his forehead, signifying a statement, I have X'd myself from your world. Bugliosi, in his opening statement for the prosecution, indicated that his principal witness would be Linda Kasabian, a Manson family member who accompanied the killers of both Tate and LaBianca, both the Tate and LaBianca residents. The prosecution turned to Kasabian with a promise of prosecutorial immunity for her testimony. When Susan Atkins, probably in response to threats from Manson, announced she would not testify at the trial, Bugliosi promised the jury that evidence would be shown Manson had a motive for the murders, and that was perhaps even more bizarre than the murders himself. On July 27th, Bugliosi announced that people call Linda Kasabian, Manson's attorney, fabled obstructionist Irving Kanarek, immediately sprung up with an objection. Object, Your Honour, on the grounds that this witness is not competent and is insane. Calling Kanarek to the bench and telling him his conduct was outrageous, Judge Older denied the objection, and Kasabian was sworn as a witness, and she would remain in the stand for an astounding 18 days, including 7 days of cross-examination by Kanarek. Kasabian told the jury that no family member ever refused an order from Charles Manson. We always wanted to do anything and everything for him. After describing what she saw of the Tate murders, Kasabian was asked by Bugliosi about the return of to Spahn Ranch. Was there anyone in the parking area at Spahn Ranch when you drove in to the Spahn Ranch area? Yes. Who was there? Charlie. Was there anyone other than Charlie? Not that I know of. Where was Charlie when you arrived at the premises? About the same spot he was when we first drove away. What happens after you pulled the car onto the parking area and parked the car? Sadie said she saw a spot of blood on the outside of the car where we were at the gas station. Who was present at that time when she said that? The 4 of us and Charlie. What was the next thing that happened? Well, Charlie told us to go into the kitchen, get a sponge and wipe the blood off. And he also instructed Katie and I to go through all the car and wipe off the blood spots. What's the next thing that happened after Mr. Manson told you and Katie to check out the car and remove the blood? He told us to go in the bunk room and wait, which we did. Kasabian also offered her account of the night of the LaBianca murders. She testified that she didn't want to go, but went anyway because Charlie asked me and I was afraid to say no. Kasabian proved a very credible witness despite the best efforts during the cross-examination of defense attorneys to make her appear a spaced-out hippie. After admitting that she took LSD about 50 times, Kasabian was asked by Kanarek, describe what happened on trip number 23. Other defense questions explored her beliefs in ESP and witchcraft, or focused on the vibrations she claimed to receive from Manson. A major distraction from Kasabian's testimony came on August 3rd, when Manson stood before the jury and held up a copy of Los Angeles Times with the headline, "Manson Guilty, Nixon Declares." The defense moved for a mistrial on the grounds that the headline prejudiced the jury against the defense. But the judge Older denied the motion after each juror stated an oath that he or she would not be influenced by the president's reported declaration of guilt. So the president said that Manson was guilty. So that just shows how massive this fucking trial was.
Yeah, if the president's getting involved. If you can hear Perrin, that's Mikael. He's decided to join us. What do you reckon about Charlie Manson? All right.
Testimony corroborating that of Kasabian came from several other prosecution witnesses, most notably the women Atkins confined in at Dormitory 8000, Virginia Graham. Other witnesses described receiving threats from Manson and evidence of Manson's total control over their lives, over the lives of the family members, or conversations in which Manson had told of the coming helter-skelter. 19-year-old Paul Watkins, Manson's foremost recruiter of young women, provided key testimony about the stage motive for the Tate LaBianca murders, including its link to the Bible's Book of Revelation. Watkins testified that Manson discussed helter-skelter constantly. Bugliosi asked Watkins how helter-skelter would start. There would be some atrocious murders, that some of the spades from Watts would come up into the Bel Air and Beverly Hills district and just really wipe some people out. Just cut bodies up and smear blood and write things on the wall in blood, and cut little boys up to make their parents watch. So in retaliation, this would scare. In other words, all other white people would be afraid that this would happen to them. So out of fear, they would go into the ghetto and just start shooting black people like crazy. All they would shoot would be garbage men and Uncle Toms. And all the ones that were with Whitey in the first place, and underneath it all the black Muslims, helter-skelter was coming down. Yes, so after Whitey goes in the ghettos and shoots all the Uncle Toms, and then the black Muslims come out and appeal to people saying, "Look what you've done to my people." And this would split Whitey down the middle. Between all the hippies and liberals and all the uptight piggies, this would split them in the middle, and a big civil war would start and really split them up in all these different factions. And they would just kill each other off. In the meantime, though, through their war. And after they killed each other off, then there would be a few of them who left who supposedly won. A few of who left? A few white people left who supposedly won. And then the black Muslims would come out of hiding and wipe them all out. Wipe the white people out. Yes, by sneaking around and slitting their throats. Did Charlie say anything about where the family and he would go during this helter-skelter? Yes, we would hide in the desert. We would go in the desert. Charlie used to walk around the desert and say, "You see, there are places where water would come up to the top and then it would go down and there would be no more water, and then it would come up again and go down again." He would look at that and say, "There has got to be a hole somewhere around here, a big old lake," and it just really got far out, that there was a hole underneath there somewhere where you could drive a speedboat across it, a big underground city. And then we started from the Revolution 9 song from the Beatles album, which was interpreted by Charlie to mean Revelation 9. So, the last book of the Testament. Just the book of Revelation, and the song would be Revelations 9. So in this book, it says that there is a part about in Revelations 9. It talks about talks to the bottomless pit. And then later on, I believe it is 10, Revelation 10. Yes, it talks about there being a city where there will be no sun and no moon. And Manson spoke about this. Yes, many times. There would be a city of gold, but there would be no life, and there would be a tree that bears 12 different kinds of fruit and changed every month. And this interpreted to means that this was a hole down under Death Valley. So basically, he was listening to this Beatles song and interpreting it to the book of Revelations in the Bible. Hence trying to find it when this whole Helter-Skelter war went on. So that just shows how fucking tapped these fuckers were.
How he's manipulated a harmless Beatles song to create a race war.
Yeah.
But going back on like satanic cults, because when I think of a satanic cult, it's usually load of like women, mainly blonde. I don't know why, but they are. In like white fucking dresses in a circle. And there's usually some right tall cunt, like quite shredded, with a fucking goat head on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a fire in the middle, and he's got like a goat's jaw knife in one hand, a fucking book in the other.
Yeah. Just sprouting a load of shit.
Yeah, just talking absolute bollocks. But yeah, that's what I always think of satanic cults.
They're just... I think it's like, again, social media, films and all that. Yeah. They've had a massive play on it.
Oh, God, yeah, because there's no end of fucking stuff about it. You got the occult.
Yeah.
You know, and shit like that. And like saying, like what we were saying about earlier in modern history, of all these different A-list celebs, they're all part of it.
Yeah.
And they're all fucking drinking kids' blood and all this.
All that fucking shit.
Which, it's just so hard to believe.
It is so hard to believe. Yeah. But at the same time, it wouldn't shock me if it come out that people do that. Well, I mean, we already know, like, fucking Megan Fox and MGK do it, but I'm on about, like, other celebrities do all this sort of shit and practicing the ways of Satanism and all that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's more of a common thing than we realise. That's Satanists and that, but I think because it is still taboo.
Yeah, massively.
Because, I mean, I say especially like the UK and that, like it's more of an atheist or agnostic
kind of thing.
Yeah. We're not like hardcore Christians.
No.
Or anything like that. But,
what would you say you are?
I'd say I'm agnostic.
I'd say I'm the same.
Like, I don't know if there is anything.
Yeah, I don't know if there is. I don't know. I mean, do I believe personally there is? Not really.
No,
but at the same time, there could be.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm just one of them. Yeah, I'll take it as it is, kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
Everyone's different. Everyone's entitled to their own view.
Yeah, that's no disrespect to people that do believe in everything.
No. Matt, I believe in Bigfoot. So.
No, yeah, exactly. So
it's all right. But fucking, it's like I say, it's still taboo. Like you imagine, like you're walking about, someone says, "Yeah, I pray to Satan and shit like that."
All that, you're like, what?
It's a bit like that's still a bit like, yeah, you all right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If someone says like, "I pray to God," you're like, "All right."
Yeah, which I don't get why. Do you know what I mean? I don't get why it's so taboo. Because
I think
it is because of the whole satanic panic and everything.
And that, and as well, because they make out that Satan is so evil, he's fallen angel and all that. He's only killed 7 people.
Exactly.
God has killed millions.
Millions.
So that's where they're saying, like, how is Satan actually that bad compared to what God's done? You know, and like, say, like, even with today, like, you get, like diseases and stuff like what we have today. And if there is a God, why is he killing?
Why is he doing it?
Why is he doing it? But, and is Satan actually this bad? It's all hearsay. And
especially as well, like with Satan, they say he's like a massive manipulator. And you know what I mean? He brings out the worst in people. But then, like you said, with God, he does the exact same thing.
Pretty much. And then if you go into Greek, it's a fucking lot worse than that.
Oh, yeah, fucking, you go into any sort of mythology, the gods are cunts.
Yeah. And I mean, like, say Greek mythology as well, I think Zeus got half of fucking Greece knocked up.
Yeah,
fucking,
pretty much.
What's that of it? And Poseidon was madly in love with Medusa, because originally Medusa was a beautiful woman,
Yeah.
stunning woman.
Yeah, and then she didn't love him.
No, Poseidon raped her.
Mm.
This is one of the stories. Poseidon raped her in the temple of Athena. And after Poseidon done his deed and that, and she prayed to Athena, saying like, "Help me and help me." Athena looked down on her and said like, "How dare you like cry and wish bad upon a god?" And that's what made her into the snake-haired woman. Who say like, "Well, no one's going to look at you now then."
So the gods are arseholes.
Yeah, every mythology, like you think like with Thor, like he's so loved. And
yeah, everyone think when you say Thor, yeah, you think Marvel Thor. Not
if
even remotely like him.
Norse mythology.
He was a big like the Thor in Endgame is the closest to the genuine mythology depiction of Thor.
Well, like physically.
Yeah, physically he was a big fat bastard, but he was just stupid strong. But that's because his eating and drinking was legendary.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah, but he pretty much created Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Because he had this thing against Jormungandr.
Well, it was actually Loki that started Ragnarok.
Oh, was it? Well, yeah, there is kids, weren't there?
Yeah. Well, there was one of Zeus's, one of Odin's sons who was blind. Loki tricked him into shooting Baldur with a mistletoe arrow, which obviously, if you know the story of Norse mythology, nothing could kill Baldur other than mistletoe. So Loki tricked this blind fella saying like, "Oh yeah, you're shooting at a target," and he actually shot Baldur.
Oh, right.
And so Thor imprisoned Loki, and had him like this drip, just like snake poison or something, just constantly dripping on his head,
like Chinese water.
Yeah, and then Loki broke out and sort of parlayed with the Jotuns and the giants and all that, and that's when the Rise Up and Ragnarok kicked off.
Yeah. But
like you said, obviously. You got Jormungandr, Fenrir, and Hel, which are Loki's kids.
Yeah.
And
still love that name, Jormungandr.
Jormungandr is an incredible name.
Yeah.
But so's Fenrir.
Yeah.
I'd love a black husky, pure black husky.
Yeah.
Call it Fenrir.
Yeah, because you can get like black German shepherds and that, can't you?
Yeah, or that. One or the other. Just.
Yeah. Call it Fenrir. It makes me want to have another snake just so I can call it Jormungandr.
Call me, yeah.
Because I'm not allowed to name my son Jormungandr, so.
Oh, good.
I know, I was gutted about that.
Jormungandr Clayton.
Yeah, but you never know. I might just say, I'll do the registry like for the name and that. Like,
just Jormungandr.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Yeah. His name is now legally Jormungandr. Gandhi for short.
Brilliant.
But yeah, so it don't matter what religion you believe in.
No,
you've got to read between the lines. They're guidelines. You've got to read between the lines.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always cracked up as it needs to be. Thing is you've got to have evil to have good.
Yeah, of course you do.
You know, there's no good without evil. So it's just a balance.
Yeah, and as well going back to like God and the gods and all that, you got to think in your if you was to be like that powerful, there's no one on this planet that is just going to be 100% good if you've got that power.
No,
you're gonna do some dark shit.
Yeah, it's just because it's always that bit of greed.
Yeah,
or anything.
People say the same with money. Money's evil. You look at some of the richest people on the planet. You're really telling me they ain't done anything bad?
No, yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking hell, excuse me. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, they've all got skeletons in their closets, haven't they? It's just without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you get like real evil people like Manson, like your Ted Bundys, like your different, like where they're actually meant to hurt people, like physically hurt people, and then it's a different spin altogether. Like.
Yeah.
But no, let's say, yeah, I believe what you want to believe, but I just don't think when it comes to actually harming people for a religion and that, is that a religion really worth following?
No. Thing is, they'll take things, like you look at today's world with, again, don't want to upset anyone, but like with Muslims and the Quran and things, and they take it so out of context.
Yeah.
So many, and that's what causes things like terrorist attacks and all that kind of thing.
Well, you could say the same with like KKK and that as well.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Because they're proper, like, the term Bible bashers. You know, they are Christian through and through. But even though they worship a man who was born in Bethlehem, which is in Africa, it's in the continent Africa, and, you know...
Went to Israel.
Yeah.
Place full of the Jewish.
And he was a Jew.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, are you fucking... When you look at things like that, when you, like, look at it in the full context, you look at things like the KKK and, like, with the Quran and Muslims and, like, terrorists and that, you look at them and you go, are you thick as pig shit?
Yeah.
You're doing the polar opposite of what your religion's actually saying. And that's where, you know, you get these things like cults and that.
Yeah.
Because they just take everything with a pinch of salt, or they take it so out of context.
Oh, yeah.
They just do the polar fucking opposite. Yeah, they just do the exact polar opposite. You're like, you guys are fucking morons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because, I mean, I've never looked at the Quran. I've never actually seen the Quran and everything. But apparently, like, well, when you, like, we've met Muslim people before and everything, and they're some of the most genuine, nicest people.
Yeah.
And they say it's just because of our religion.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It always makes that double guess, like, when you see, like, ISIS and stuff like that, and it's like, what Quran are they fucking reading?
Exactly. It always reminds me, you've seen it, ain't you, Lone Survivor?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Like, so for those that don't know, basically it's...
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. It's about this army squad, and they're sent into Afghanistan to take out Al-Qaeda leader. And all goes tits up. Basically, more or less, pretty much the entire squad dies bar one. He ends up getting lost and taken to this village in Afghanistan. And the people there protect him against Al-Qaeda. And then Al-Qaeda come and attack them for protecting him. But that's their religion, isn't it? That's part of their sort of belief.
Yeah.
That it's like a sanctuary sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're here, you're safe.
Yeah.
We'll protect you.
Yeah. That's how it should be, really.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I remember talking to a bloke at work, and he's very knowledgeable. He'd be a good guest, to be fair. His name's Ryan. And he writes. It's all he does when he's not at work. He reads. You wouldn't think it looking at him, but he's very knowledgeable. And he was saying like he was working with a Muslim, and he was so close to getting him to become a Muslim.
Shit.
Because how many times has the Bible been rewritten? It's countless. The Quran has never been rewritten. No, it's always stayed the same. So, and he was saying it like that, and because their belief is the same, and I can't quite remember. It was quite a while ago now, but he did put some very good points out.
Yeah,
like, you could see why.
Yeah,
like, I mean, like, say I'm an agnostic. Like, I'll just whatever's whatever.
Take it as it comes, sort of thing.
Yeah. Because I'm an agnostic, but I'm also like I believe in the theory of evolution.
Yeah, exactly.
To an extent, I'm a theory of evolution to an extent.
Right.
I think some things you can't always, because when you think about it, I don't know how to put it. It's just the humans that always gets me. What we are,
pieces of shit.
Yeah, but like,
sorry, I just had to get that out there.
Fair enough.
The human race is fucking vile.
It is disgusting, but like, who we are to how we were 10,000, 100,000, million years ago. It's just something that don't quite match up with that theory. Yeah,
I get what you mean. Because we should not even remotely be as advanced as we are.
Not really, no.
Not in the slightest.
No.
When you think, where is it? I think we mentioned it in the Aliens episode. If you take the entirety of Earth's life and spaced that out in a year.
Yeah, we've only been
We've
on it
only-
half an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To be as technologically advanced and everything
Yeah.
as we are should not be the case. When you've got things like sharks, crocodiles, things like that have been here since day dot.
Pretty much.
And yeah, okay, they've
Hundreds
evolved,
of
they've got
millions.
bigger or smaller or changed into.
Not
But
really.
they've not exactly got in fucking. You don't see a fucking crocodile on a moped or anything, do you?
No, that's
Or
it.
breaking the fucking Enigma code. Do you know what I mean? It's like if they've been here since day dot and they're still the same now.
Yeah.
How the hell have we been here basically for the blink of an eye and have changed so much?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy. But I get that's why like you see like these different cults and everything because they probably think the same, and that's why they go to these extreme levels.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially like satanic cults and stuff like that.
Yeah, yes.
They go to these extreme levels because
We
some things like theory of evolution and like normal Christianity just don't make sense
No.
to them. So they look on it from say like a satanic point of view,
Yeah.
and they probably think that makes more sense
Than
than what
is actually happening. sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. So it's you can understand it, but they just go to the extreme levels where then you can't understand.
Yeah.
it. You can't get behind.
Yeah, you
it.
think you're heading on the right track and then they just swerve.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, right.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's just strange, isn't it?
The world, when you. It terrifies me.
'Cause
It
there
really
is-
does.
Because there is a cult. I mean, we ain't really looked into it, but there was a cult, and it was a suicide cult. And I believe like, and it was just. I think they all took cyanide.
Right.
I believe. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and it was all this certain date and time and everything. They all wore suits, but they all wore the same clothes, like the same suits kind of thing. And these Nike trainers. What are you doing? What are you doing, me gay head? Oh, he's gone. He's had enough. Fuck this. Righto, mate.
Yeah, I've had enough of your shit. I'm gone.
Yeah. Fuck your cults. So, what was I on about?
A cult.
Oh yeah, yeah. They wear these Nike trainers, and then it was on. I remember seeing it on the news. Well, not actually live on the news, but like record videos of it. And it's like from a helicopter. And it's just loads of bodies
What the fuck?
in like a field and that where they've just dropped down dead.
Did they ever explain, like, write a note or anything explaining why they did that?
I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did. But yeah, I think it was like like the Lord or alien Lord or whatever was coming to save them from this mortal curl and shit like that. And
Fuck, man.
yeah. Oh yeah, I think they killed. That was it. I think they killed themselves so their actual bodies was then born on the mothership.
Oh, right.
I'm pretty sure it was something like that. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, madness. Absolute fucking craziness.
Shame.
To get, but like you say, these 9 times out of 10, it's going to be vulnerable people that don't know where they belong on this earth, and they've been lured in with we're having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, we all love each other. We all mix about. You know, all this kind of shit. Like you eat the best foods, you have the best drink, you live a free life, no worries, no bills, nothing like that. And you think, I'm liking a bit of this, and the next thing you fucking dance around in a circle with just in a frilly skirt, speaking Latin, and then take the cyanide tablet.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, mate, it's terrifying. It is terrifying.
Yeah, at
How easy
yeah,
it is to get someone vulnerable into a situation, and you can look at that not just necessarily with cults, but in any walk of life.
yeah,
With gangs. And fucking like terrorist groups, any sort of
you get
thing
promised
like that.
the world, but then you have to do
The
something.
reality hits you, but it's too late
It's
by
too
that
late.
point.
Yeah, you're in too deep. I'm quite happy as we are.
Fucking too right. Fucking too right.
Yeah. No, there is very strange people about.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very strange. I mean, when you think about it, we're not normal people. Let's be
Well,
honest.
no, there's no. I know it's a cliche saying, but there is no such thing as normal.
No.
What is normal?
Well, let's put it this way: we're not the majority,
No,
shall we say?
no.
like when you think of lads our age, when you think of like a bloke, it's usually he goes to work all week and then he lives in the pub, he watches football, has a fight, loses tooth, and then starts again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Football, drink. That is, I'd say, the majority.
Yeah.
Whereas we're quite happy sitting here talking about like creepy stuff, weird stuff. I study cryptozoology. You study your conspiracy theories and other things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we like going camping. We like we go like the other way, really.
Yeah.
Whereas they like going out, you know, getting pissed out, causing the ruckus. We'd rather be out the way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so that's what I mean.
And that's why I think our friends group as well gels so much.
Yeah.
Because it's not a case of we're gonna go out and do something stupid.
No.
We can rely on one another. We can.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? We're not
we've always got
anything
each other's
fucking
backs.
ridiculous.
No, we've always got each other's backs.
Yeah.
And I agree totally. But like I say, we're not like that kind of like normal people.
Yeah.
But I've never once thought about being like, because we say about going on these talks and that, like meeting like-minded people. But as soon as a pentagram starts getting drawn up, I'm fucking off.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hang on a fucking minute
It's
here,
like,
boys.
we didn't sign up for this shit.
Hang on a minute. Why are you getting why's that goat in here?
No, what you doing?
Why are you trying to put a bag on me head? Fucking hell. Why is Taylor Swift here? Why is she speaking Latin? What the fuck's going on? No, I'm going home. I'm going home and watching Loch Ness Monster documentary. Fuck this. So yeah, but I wonder if anyone else who listens to this have any experiences with cults or know of any names of cults, what they would like us to either talk about or even research. We don't have to mention it on the podcast. Like we'll just research it ourselves for our own
knowledge sort of thing.
Yeah, our own enjoyment in a way, shall we say. And that's like that with any of the topics, like any cryptid or any cryptid encounters or stuff, anything like that. Let us know, and I'll be right up for that. Like, just research on my own. I love looking at that and making like. I think at some point I want to make like a scrapbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, of different things.
Decent.
Yeah. You got anything else to add?
Nothing on the topic, but I will just say I apologise if this has been a bit of a weird episode. You know,
yeah.
It is the problem with cults and that it is so difficult to find information.
And as well, it's a sensitive subject.
It's a very sensitive subject, so it's like you'll notice with both the Ted Bundy and this one when we've mentioned Charles Manson, we haven't mentioned any of the victims or the way.
Well, we mentioned Sharon Tate.
Well, yeah, but everyone we've mentioned Sharon Tate, but we didn't mention the way she was killed or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna
like victimise
or anything like that. So
glorify her murder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we do apologise if this episode has been a little bit of a
hit and miss
one.
Yeah, and as well, like Josh is just getting over COVID
as you could probably tell, I was mumbling my words left, right, and centre, which I do very much apologise for.
But we've left people hanging for 2 weeks.
Yeah, we can go the third.
No. But it's not been a bad episode. I don't think.
No.
I know we always go on our little tangents and that, but
so many people have told us that's the best bit about it.
Yeah, that's true. But what I do just want to say is don't join a cult.
Yeah, pretty much.
Putting it out there, just rather just don't. You know, just
be you.
Yeah, don't follow a crowd.
No,
it don't matter what you like and what you dislike. You ain't gonna agree with everyone.
No,
just
if everyone agreed with everyone and believed the same things, the world would be a boring place.
It fucking would, wouldn't it? So yeah, just be you.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I say, there's not many people who love cricket.
You can almost look at life as in you do same with football. What I mean by that is you got all your mates and they could all support a completely different football team.
Yeah.
But you don't hate each other because of it.
No.
You support Arsenal, I support Man United.
what was the biggest rivalry?
Which was the biggest rivalry in English
early,
football for decades.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Theoretically, we should fucking hate each other. But with, do you know what I mean? We're boys.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Look at life like that. Who cares if you want to support? And even then, you look at football teams and like all that sort of thing. So, like, if Arsenal beat United or vice versa, we'd be the first to message each other and be like, "Hey," do you know what I mean? But we don't take it to heart or anything.
No. Well, you might not. Sometimes I do. Just, oh, for fuck's sake. That's what I can't watch football now. My blood boils.
Oh yeah, same.
Proper I can't do it to myself because it puts me in a foul mood.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought anything to do that to me like that.
No.
Fucking hell.
No, it's fucking bad.
Oh, you're back,
like, United will be the death of me, I know it. They will be the fucking death of me. But what I'm getting at is basically, you know, all different people support different teams. All different people have different religions, different ways of life, different beliefs, whatever. I don't mean you should fucking hate them because they're different.
Yeah, or victimise
them or anything like that. So just, you know, be you.
Yeah. But if you don't believe in Bigfoot, what even are you? You're a fucking idiot, that's what you are. No, I'm joking. That's always my first question with people like who I don't know. Or say like I've got a mate of ours like starts going out with this new girl, or we got a girlfriend, like a friend who's a girl who starts going out with a lad. My first question to him always is like, what it's a make or break, like, do you believe in Bigfoot? And if they say yeah, I'm like, welcome to the crew. Welcome to the crew. If they say no, I'm like, nah, get rid of them. And I have done that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Actually, I did do that to a friend of mine at my wedding.
Brilliant.
I did say to the lad, I said, do you believe in Bigfoot? And he was, yeah, not really. I'll just look, I went, get rid of him. He ain't no good. I was joking, though. He's a lovely lad.
Yeah.
He was sound lad.
Yeah, but that's just point and parcel of what I was just saying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going, you don't believe in Bigfoot, I fucking despise you, hope you die.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You'd be like,
that's on the outside.
But you know what I mean? Like, you have a laugh and it's just, that's it. Whatever.
Yeah. You move on, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, that's the end of the Colts episode. So, Ed, cryptid, what we got next?
It's not really a cryptid. Well, I'm going to bring a cryptid into it because it's got the tendencies of this myth. Mm-hmm. But seeing as I spoke about werewolves, I've got to speak about the counterpart, really, ain't I?
Yeah.
Good
old vampires.
I've got to speak about vampires, even though.
Please tell me you ain't talking about the cunts that sparkle.
Well, you know.
I will walk off. I'll walk off.
No, it'll be more of the myth of Vlad the Impaler.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, have there actually ever been vampires or any creatures what are vampiric?
Yeah.
Which will include probably the El Chupacabra from Puerto Rico and southern United States, and probably Manananggal from the Philippines. I think they were vampiric. No, I think they're the ones that used to suck babies from pregnant women.
What?
Yeah, no. Honestly, the Philippines have got some fucked up ones. That's the one. That Manananggal. During the day, it's like a normal looking woman and that.
Yeah.
And at night, she splits in half, and all her entrails are hanging out. She grows wings, and she sucks babies out of pregnant women.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I think she's a bit vampiric as well, but it's a bit weird.
She's a bit fucking mental.
Yeah, and that, yeah, very much so.
Jesus, whip.
Yeah, so we'll go there and then see like different parts of the world where there's been like vampiric creatures or some sort of vampire.
He's rubbing up against my foot.
Good old Mikael. So that. I mean, I've never really researched that much into vampires, but the amount of times when I said I was doing werewolf/dogman, people say, "Well, you got to do vampires."
Yeah, you kind of have to.
So I've got. So I'm doing it for the people.
Yeah,
it's not
the people. What they want.
Yeah. Like I say, it's not a thing I've done a lot of research on myself.
Yeah.
Personally, but I'll give it a go, and I hope to do it some justice. I mean, like I say, some of my favourite films do include a vampire of some sort.
Yeah.
Like Van Helsing. I mean, we've mentioned it all the time, but
fucking
fucking love that film.
Fucking brilliant.
If Hugh Jackman, if you ever listen to this podcast, which I'll be surprised if you don't, because it's fucking sick.
Yeah, can't. What are you doing?
What we do.
You. I've seen stuff of yours. You ought to fucking listen to stuff
Yeah,
of ours.
yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Works both ways, mate.
You Aussie fuck. I'm joking. I love him. I think
Yeah,
he's brilliant.
fucking quality.
He is brilliant. And his mum lives in Norwich, don't she?
Does she?
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah. And he was in King's Lynn a couple of years ago.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Small world. But yeah, if you're listening, make Van Helsing 2. Please. I don't know what you do, but...
You'd figure it out.
Yeah, because...
Bring him Wendigos. Van Helsing with Wendigos. How sick would that be?
Oh, don't. Oh. We still need to do more writing on our Wendigo detective story. Because we've done quite well at it so far.
Well, yeah.
Well, we've only done one. We haven't even finished the first.
One scene, but
pretty much. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Fucking hell.
But yeah, when we're going to sign get a petition made, like Van Helsing 2, see if we probably get like 10 signatures. But fuck it, one might be get to him. You just don't know. So yeah, next week, or hopefully next week, unless anything fucking goes tits up, should be on the bloodsuckers known as vampires, and I'll bring in the El Chupacabra as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for listening. You can listen to us on Spotify, Josh,
Amazon,
okay,
Podbean, Podchaser, Player FM, iHeartRadio, and Samsung Podcasts, and also on YouTube. Yeah,
you can also listen on YouTube. Go and follow us on Facebook, which is Mr. Mysteries in Black and White. Follow us on Instagram, which is Mr. Mysteries _. And email us with you, because let's say we keep saying every week, but the last episode it's going to be a Q&A with us and talking about how we're going to progress in the next season and that.
Yeah.
But so email us your questions at
mrmysteries@outlook.com.
Thank you very much, sir. But yeah, so I'm done with you.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. So until next time, on Mr. Mysteries in Black and White.
Bye.
See ya.